Sorry, I had to open up a Red Bull because I'm tired. Hola, amigos. ¿Cómo estás? Alright, I'm gonna stop speaking right now in Spanish because I don't know shit. But either way, welcome to another review exactly. Well, right now, we're going to be doing a Heiser specific. And this time we're going to be talking about a character that I feel like is almost a 10 out of fucking 10, but has a few problems. Well, not exactly problems, but has a couple of disappointment things. So, it's stuck in 9 out of 10. So what exactly are we going to be talking about exactly? Today we're going to be talking about Tony fucking Montana, aka Scarface.
Say hello to my little friend!
The first thing I'm going to be talking about in this video is the character itself, Tony. Is the character good? He fucking is. He's an absolute great heister itself. Just by his default look, mask, and clothing, everything it just looks great about him. Although his face doesn't look exactly as perfect as Tony Montana does, but it is recognizable to say at least. And that's what matters to me. But nonetheless, what about his voice lines? Who is he voice acted by? Well, it is the same exact voice actor as... Sorry about that, I was busy. It is the same exact voice actor from the video game Scarface, The World Is Yours. And the man named is called Andre Soglioso. And the man did a fucking fantastic job of voice acting him.
Hands in the air, fucker!
Shoot.
Ow! Oh, sorry. I was just thinking of this story about Castro falling in love with a donkey. It's a true story. Beautiful donkey, you know? And this fucking priest walks in. Eat this, pendejos! I got something for you. Taser is dead. It's a fucking taser. They got a taser. There's a...
Good luck.
Look out! Taser! Bastard taser is dead! I got the taser! It's a cloaker! Motherfucking cloaker! It's a cloaker! How'd you like that, cloaker? Motherfucking cloaker! Cloaker! That fucking cloaker had it coming! I fucked that dozer. Fucking
Now
good.
give them hell.
On you!
Like, he has so much personality. Well, no shit, because he's a fucking Cuban mob boss or some shit, I don't know. I never watched the Scarface movie. Okay, put your fucking pitchforks down. I get it. I've never seen the great movie that is the Scarface. Although I hate myself for not watching it. Okay, put your fucking pitchforks down. Thank you.
Keep yapping that big mouth!
I've
or
never
it's still
watched
attached
it.
to your
Why?
bloody
Because
neck.
movies are not that interesting to me and I get bored very easily. But nonetheless, Scarface as a character is absolutely phenomenal. But other than that, let's talk about his weapon that he comes with, the little friend rifle. Now, some of you might be thinking, now hang on, now this doesn't look like the M16 with the on-the-barrel grenade launcher. And yes, you might be right. But we already have an M16 in the game, and that is the AMR-16. So it does kind of make sense to have a different weapon exactly. So the little friend rifle is based off the Heckler & Koch HK-31, if I am not mistaken. No, I don't think it is the HK-31, but I'm not gonna try to find it. Heckler & Koch or Koch, I don't fucking know. The German language is already confusing enough. Like, what the fuck is this? But hey, nonetheless. But let's go talk about the weapon itself. The little friend rifle is a DMR. Of course it is, and it comes in with an on-the-barrel grenade launcher. Now, what type of attachments does the weapon have exactly? Well, it doesn't really have much a lot of attachments, other than the fact that you can actually customize the on-the-barrel grenade itself. If you don't have any attachments equipped, then it's just going to be the simple basic grenade. But you can have a stinger grenade, which is just basically a shotgun shell pretty much. You also have a taser grenade, if you want to stun enemies but not kill them. You also have a viper grenade, which is just technically just poisonous grenade that just makes the enemies vomit and take damage. I am back. I do apologize, honestly. I forgot where I was already, but yeah, you can technically change the grenade itself to have different effects. You want to stun enemies? Do you want to have like a aerial denial, or do you want to just have a plain explosive? But is the weapon itself good exactly, the statistics? It is very powerful, don't get me wrong. However, since it's a high damage DMR, you are going to suffer a lot with ammo, so it's best to bring in a ammo bag. But with this DMR, you can also make it either full auto or single fire. But it's best for you to make it a single fire, or unless you're bloodthirsty as I am and love to fucking go in and just hold M1 and just empty your fucking magazine like I do, then go for the full auto, basically. There's nothing wrong with it, basically. But the weapon itself, with or without Berserker Ace, is an absolutely fantastic weapon. It is great at almost everything. And another thing I should really be mentioning is if you're using quick aggressive reload aced or lock and load aced, the ones where it give you bonus reload speed, it also affects with the grenade launcher. So keep that one in mind. So any sort of a bonus reload speed is also affected on the grenade launcher as well. And another thing I should be mentioning is that the Little Friend Rifle counts as 2 weapons. Why am I mentioning this? It's because the ammo bag, depending on how much ammo you wasted on both your grenade and both your ammo on your rifle, or your DMR I should really be saying, it refuels both the grenade launcher and the DMR itself. So be careful when you're using ammo bags, and don't be surprised if it runs out too quick. But another thing I should be mentioning is the grenade launcher is very spammable, meaning you can fucking launch this thing at a fast rate, unlike the other ones. What do I mean by this? Well, take Bulletstorm aced and Swansong aced. Once those shit has been activated, go ahead and clear out the fucking wave. Go tell them to go fuck themselves and go back to where they came from. And you'll practically have a room that is very clean. Well, not clean, but technically you're gonna have like hundreds of fucking bodies piled up together. But nonetheless, the weapon itself is very solid. You can either turn it into an assault rifle or you can turn it into a DMR. The concealment is not exactly great because of the barrel grenade launcher itself, and it is very accurate. But the recoil or the stability itself can be quite challenging to control. But it kind of depends on which attachments are you using, basically. But nonetheless, the weapon itself is very good. But this pack also comes with a melee weapon. What is it? It's a chainsaw. Now, when you first hear the word chainsaw, you might assume that it's a powerful weapon. But in actuality, it is probably one of the worst high damage melee weapons in the game. Although there are a lot of other horrible melee weapons, but this is another one. The drawing time is slow, and the swinging time is very fucking slow. If you don't have access to the ice pickaxe or the katana from Jiro, then you can use the El Verdugo, Sangre's machete, or the Kento's Tanto machete. Those, or even the golden spoon for that matter. The comically large spoon is also good. Even though it's a meme weapon, it is very powerful. But nonetheless, the melee weapon is not exactly perfect. It's horrendous. Also, I forgot to mention that the animations on the Little Friend Rifle, I should have been mentioning this earlier, but I'm a fucking idiot, is pretty solid. Especially the thud that it makes when you shoot the grenade itself. It's satisfying. It is chef's kiss. It is perfect. The weapon is just great. But now, let's talk about the big part of this DLC that it contains, and that is the perk deck. The Kingpin. Probably one of the most powerful perk decks in the game, in my opinion. But because I am a fucking idiot that has no patience, I get downed a lot with it. But what does it do exactly? Well, it replaces your throwables with a syringe that contains who knows what the fuck type of liquid you find. It could be meth, it could be cocaine, it could be acid, it could be lava for that matter, but who knows. You just basically inject yourself with a mysterious liquid that makes Octane look like a fucking healthy person. But what does it do actually? Well, I'm going to do my best to keep it very simple. And any enemies that are nearby with you when the syringe is active will target you and will completely ignore your teammates. But it won't work when they're far away, but only those that are nearby you. So you can practically be the attention seeker in the team. But another thing it does is grant you immunity to getting downed. What do I mean by this is whenever you reach below 50% health, or at least something that would reduce you to 50% health, any more damage after that, it will never bring you down. meaning that you can practically eat hundreds of fucking bullets and just walk away like it's nothing. It's just a bit of a scratch, pretty much. You cannot get down at any means. However, tasers and cloakers are still your worst nightmare, because they'll just completely fucking ignore it. Tasers will make you stop in place, and will tase you all the way until you're either fucked, or you get blasted into the ground. And cloakers will just completely ignore the syringe effect. But another thing I should mention is enemies, or specifically talking about death sentence, is any enemy with a shotgun is also your worst enemy. So basic police officers with shotguns will ignore your syringe and will just one-shot you instantly, even if you're full health. The same thing with green bulldozers, the one that carry the Rainfield or the basic pump-action shotgun. Those dozers, they are your worst nightmare, and they will completely ignore your health. They will completely ignore your syringe, and they will just go right through and down you with one shot. So be careful of those, I should really be saying. And another thing I should be mentioning is it also grants you more health. A little bit of bonus health, I should really be saying. So the bonus health that it gives out from this pack is from a base health to 230 all the way up to 414, which is nice. And another thing I should really be mentioning is that if you have armor while the syringe is active, any armor damage you take is converted into health. So say you're wearing the ICTV as a prime example that has 220 armor, and if you get hit by a heavy that deals 225 damage, that 225 damage is converted into health, pretty much. Even if you have 5 armor, if you take at least 100 damage, that 100 damage will convert into health. So it is also pretty good at keeping you alive and refilling your health. But you can also use grenade launchers or rocket launchers to refill your health, if your armor is up, of course. And that's pretty much it to talk about. And another thing I should be mentioning is every time you kill an enemy when the syringe is active, it will also reduce the syringe's duration, or the cooldown I should really say, because after you use it, there is like a couple of second cooldown, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is 30 seconds. And then each time you get a kill while the syringe is active, it reduces the timer by 1 second. So if you're a fucking killing machine, then you will be able to get the syringe back very quick. And that's pretty much it exactly about the DLC itself. There's really not much else to talk about other than the fact that this DLC is no longer exists. And you might be thinking, why am I reviewing this? Simple. Because I fucking love Tony. He's a very fun character. But let's imagine in a scenario where he hasn't gotten deleted from existence and not tossed into the fucking void. Let's just imagine that. Is the DLC itself very good? Yes. Tony as a character is a phenomenal character. His mask and his clothing design is fucking fantastic, and his voice is great. The voice actor who did that needs to get a praise. His weapon is absolutely phenomenal. It is great. It's only the ammo and concealment that is the problem, and the stability is a tiny bit issue, but it doesn't matter. The chainsaw is a disappointment, and the perk tech is fucking amazing. Now, why is this not a 10 out of 10? Two things. Tony does not say hello to my little friend when he switches to the grenade launcher mode, which is very sad. I feel scammed. He only says it when he throws a grenade, which is weird, but nonetheless. And the chainsaw itself is just boring. That's pretty much it, honestly. I don't really have much else to say anything about this DLC, other than the fact that it's almost perfect. Everything about it is just absolutely phenomenal. And there's really not much else to talk about him. And yeah. The next video that I am planning on to be releasing is on a different game. It is no longer going to be on Payday 2. And another thing I should be mentioning is that with Payday 3 around the corner, in a couple of months I should be saying, what's going to happen with Payday 2? Well, I'll still be making content on it, don't worry. But I won't be making too much of it, I should be saying. But nonetheless, even though Payday 3 is around the corner, I'll still make content about the second game. And now the next video that's going to come out is either going to be a Dying Light 2 video, or a Dead by Daylight video. It just kind of depends on what I'm feeling. But yeah, that's pretty much it about this DLC. Other than that, there's really not much else to say. How many times have I fucking said that? Wow, I am a fucking idiot. Bravo to me. Anyway, that being said, that's all so far. And have a great fucking day. Oh!
That's not our guy.
What the fuck is this? This one and this one is incorrect, but what the fuck is this? What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, well, I might as well go hang myself somewhere. Hello?
No, fuck off.
Bien?